We're here in Britain for round 13, the British Grand Prix of my team. You can see Silverstone, the track in the background, and I thought, we haven't done an intro in a while, so why not do one here for Britain? And I thought, why not clarify some of the misconceptions that non-British people have about the UK. One of which, for example, is the weather. People think it's always cloudy and gloomy in the UK. It is. But other things are not true. So here is an average life for a day-to-day Brit. Enjoy. Good gosh, I'm awake. I speak like this because I am British. Well, I wonder what the time could be. Let me check my pocket watch, because I am British and I have a pocket watch. Good gosh, blimey. Would you look at the time? Well, it's time for me to get changed out of my gym jams and go and have a breakfast. Oh, I tell you what, wasn't the cricket yesterday just a blunder? Oh no, my newspaper is upside down. See, I read the newspaper because I am British. Ah, the crossword. I also have tea because I'm British. Simply splendid. I also have a cat because I'm British. Oh jolly, we are back. So even when one goes out for an afternoon luncheon with one's friends, it is important to always bring the right attire. And even if you check the weather forecast and it tells you that it is going to be splendy and poggers, to bring one's umbrella. Because in England, if you play with the weather will rain on you. And of course, when one goes shopping, they must get the wholest of milk. Because that is the British way. And of course, as a Brit, when we drive, well, we drive fucking fast. Good afternoon, assalamu alaikum, and welcome to round 13 of my team career here at Silverstone. We're at the end of Q2 for our first and only lap because it was raining at the start of qualifying. I know, British weather. So we've got one shot in the dry conditions and we've got to make this count. Completely flat through Abbey into a farm and down into village corner, third gear trail braking, and then squeeze on the power ever so carefully. As you make your way into the loop, you drop it down into second, short shifting up to third and fourth on exit. Flat out, of course, through Aintree. That's the left-hander that leads you onto this, the Wellington Straight. Spot your braking point down into Brooklyn. You're braking at about the 50-meter. Nice diagonal braking as you take as much curb as you can before making your way into Luffield. Drop it down into second and a short shift on the exit. You probably should short shift up to fourth so you can get that power on a bit easier. Flat out through Woodcote, using up all of the track. And now, Cots, this is where things can go really wrong. We give a little left and we still run wide because we don't quite have the aero package. Into Maggots, flat out through the left, right, into the left, dropping it down into sixth. Now Beckett's at fifth gear, squeeze on the power and make your way through Chapel on to the Hanger Straight. And hopefully we won't leave anything hanging on track. Stoke corner, brake as the curb starts on the left, get it right up to the curb on the inside, sixth gear back on the power, and now down into a clubber corner, taking up as much curb as you can, and now just feed the power on, careful that the back end doesn't step out as you make your way up the gears and across the line for a 25.5, but is it enough for Q3? And the answer is no. P14, and I was very disappointed with this because in the practice sessions we absolutely nailed everything. We looked so fast. We actually beat the qualifying pace time, which I rarely do. So yeah, 0.4 off P10, and yeah, we're just lacking. We really seem to be lacking in qualifying. It wasn't a bad lap, but it wasn't a great one. Anyway, into the race. We are outside the top 10, which means we can start on the medium tyres. We can go medium softs, 25.5 laps of fuel, so a little bit below that 26 mark. Let's see what we can do here at our home Grand Prix in Silverstone. As always, ERS on mode 3, lean, lights out, and we are underway for the British Grand Prix. We actually get a really good second part to our start. We sneak our way past Carlos. Everyone's super slow into Abbey, and we're forced to just really get on the brakes, and this is going to mean Leclerc can get past us, but down into Farm, and pardon me, down into Village. We are alongside Lando Norris in the McLaren. Can we find the traction on the outside? No, we cannot, and we'll have to slot in down for P11, but that's a good start. We've gone from P14 up to P11, and now we've got Pierre on our rear end down into Brooklands. The diagonal line is, well, not only is it the racing line, but it's also a really good defending line. So, an extra reason to take that line if you weren't already. But yeah, we're in P11. It's been an okay start. We just need to get our heads down because everyone around us, they're on soft tyres. So, this race will come to us. So, even if we're struggling that little bit to keep up with the McLaren of Lando, that's fine. Eventually, you know, the tyres, the strategy will come to us and we can really work our way up the field. But for now, we just have to do damage limitation and try to lose as little time as possible to Lando. And you can see Pierre is closing up to us, but we've got loads of ERS, so we should be all good for now. On lap 4, you can see that Lando Norris and the group up ahead as we have a massive moment through Maggots, and we somehow catch it, but that was really scary. We're now 2.5 seconds behind Lando. On lap 7, though, we're starting to close back up, and in the background, something happened. I think that was Pierre Gasly. And the safety car comes out, and it's on lap 7 as well, which is right at the wrong moment for us, because I think we have to come in the pits and put on hards. It's terrible, because it's not the time we wanted to pit, because if it had come out a little bit earlier, the hards maybe can't make it to the end, and, you know, we can stay on our strategy. If it comes out a bit later, it's probably worse, because everyone will go on mediums, and we can't. So yeah, we've been completely, I feel, screwed over, but people who have been more screwed are those who stayed out, and a lot of people stayed out, including the Mercedes. So, because that safety car came out a bit too late, they still have a stop to go, so this might be good for us as we completely botch up our safety car restart. And now Carlito is going to have a look for us down the inside into Abbey. We hold it around the outside, brave as you like, and we hold on to P12, and we need to hold track position. We need to try to stick with these guys up ahead. They're on the same tyre compound as us, so we should be able to, but we just seem to be struggling a lot getting the heat into the tyres. We saw it at Austria with a safety car restart with Valtteri, and now on lap 11, everyone's diving into the pit, so we are now up to P8, and that is really good, because while we might not be getting, you know, big points, we are ahead of the Mercedes, and we might have to defend against them come the end of the race. Lap 15, we are up into 7th. We have a moment through turn 1. And yeah, I'm honestly pushing as much as I dare in this race. We're just struggling so hard. And now Carlos shows his nose at a really daft point, and we take our normal racing line, because Carlos, if you're going to show your nose like that, it's going to end badly for you. So there you go. But we are kind of sticking with Kvyat, who's now battling with Sebastian, and Kvyat will actually take P5, and this is helping us get within that DRS range and just allow us to stick with these guys. This is the battle that goes all the way up to pretty much 2nd, 3rd, and on lap 18, these two still are battling through Brooklands, and this is going to give us an opportunity down into Luffield. We'll squeeze our nose in a little bit aggressive, and we are well and truly in this fight of 4P5. And you know, guys, we've been putting so many points into our chassis rather than error, and that's really costing us, hurting us through these fast, high-speed corners, which is why we're struggling so much here at Silverstone. And now Carlos is joining the battle as well. We make our way through the final part of Maggots and into Beckett's. We get the power on the back end, a little bit squirmy. DRS, ERS, put it in rich. We are now green in fuel as well. And we are really closing on the way down into Stowe Corner. We'll throw our nose down the inside. We make a bit of contact with Daniel. I don't know if that was a bit dirty. I think we got our car in a time, and Daniel just didn't, you know, leave the room. But maybe we outbraked ourselves a bit. Lap 19, look at the closing speed we have on Seb. We're going to throw it down the inside of Stowe. We're a little bit late on the brakes. That was dirty from us. We somehow keep the car on the track, but while we may have been dirty, then Ferrari's just a dirty car. So, you know, we don't need to give the position back or anything because it's a Ferrari. So, there we go. We're up to P5. Now we can try to hunt down Esteban, who's 2.1 seconds. Lap 23, the gap is now 2.7. So, we just seem to be unable to catch up to the Renault and Lando up ahead. And as we start the final lap, this is our usual heart-to-heart moment where we kind of just talk about the race and how we think it's gone. So, you can see on the mini-map further behind us are the Mercedes and the Red Bull of Max Verstappen, who were unable to pit behind the safety car. And to be honest, in terms of a championship, that safety car has helped us massively. But in terms of the race itself, I don't know. Maybe we could have got ahead of P5. I think overall this has been a disappointing race. Silverstone's one of my best tracks, and because we've been upgrading chassis instead of aero, it's hurt us. And I've now realised that chassis helps you a lot when it comes to the lower speed corners, and aero helps you more when it comes to the higher speed corners. That's why we've been quick at circuits like Monaco and Canada, because you've got a lot more low speed corners. Here at Silverstone, you've got fast speed corners where we lose so much time through here, Cox, through Maggotts and Beckett's, through Stowe, through, you know, through turn 1. So, yeah, it's a shame, but fortunately for us, the next race is at Hungary. So, that's a bit more of a mix of corners. It's a bit tighter, a bit twistier. So, I think that chassis will actually help us there. So, I've got a good feeling for Hungary. It's probably also my strongest track. I've been practicing it for ERS League, and we are absolutely flying. Either way, though, we will take P5 here at Silverstone. It was damage limitation. We did everything we could from P14 on the grid as well. It may not have been the result we wanted, but it's the result we get here at Britain.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
We take driver of the day as well, and almost as if it's trying to counter what happened at the Turkish Grand Prix this weekend, IRL. Lance Stroll takes the win with 2 Renaults on the podium. Isn't that a rather beautiful sight to see? So, got to be happy for Lance, but yeah, there you go. We get P5. We finish ahead of all of our title rivals. So, at the end of the day, it's been a good outing here at Silverstone. Sure, we didn't have the pace, but yeah, we did everything that we could. P5 ahead of Carlos. Lewis all the way down in 9th. Valtteri not even in the points. And there you can see in the championship standings, we're now just 30 points behind. And it's super close in that battle for the win. If we can win at Hungary, we will be right in the thick of the battle. Constructors, you can see, we're kind of about there. But not really much we can do in the Constructors as a one-man team. But yeah, again, as always, we beat our teammate. We're outperforming the car on 105 difficulty. So yeah, we'll take that. But that's been everything for this episode. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you haven't already, do follow me, or do leave a like and subscribe for more. And also take a look at the ERS races. We have our ERS this Tuesday. Our ERS race this Tuesday at 7 PM. So that should be fun. We're in tier 3 now, so that's going to be entertaining to see what we can do. But yeah, you can stay up to date with everything that I'm doing on Twitter, and you can join the Discord server for one of these fabulous Milky Cereal hoodies. If you join the Discord server, you can find out more about how you can win a free Milky Cereal hoodie. But yeah, until next time, guys, stay milky, and assalamu alaikum.